What is up, my butter biscuits? In today's video, we're going to be talking about Taylor Swift and Matt Healy. As you guys know, I recently just did a video about Ice Spice and Matt because he made some offensive comments about her on a podcast, and he did apologize at one of his shows. Y'all, first of all, I still haven't heard anything from Ice Spice. I don't think that she said anything about this. Maybe I just haven't seen it online. But now Taylor Swift and him actually broke up. And I know a lot of you guys were saying, like, what is she even doing with him? And I did say within that video, like, honestly, I'm not like the biggest Taylor Swift fan, so I really don't know too much about her and like her personality, you know what I'm saying? But I just wouldn't imagine her to be with somebody like Matt, because to me it seems like he's just kind of like a wild child and he lives his life very carefree, and it seems like she's very reserved and kind of like conservative. Do you know what I'm saying? And I even had mentioned, I'm like, isn't he kind of like a wild child that he'll be out there on his stage and like pulling people up and making out with them? And then now TMZ even reported that at his recent show he just made out with the security guard. So I was like, oh, okay, like he's just kind of all over the place, you know? Which, hey, I personally find that to be a little bit fun, but I don't take Taylor Swift to be that type of girl. You know what I'm saying? So we are going to be talking about their breakup. But before we get into that, though, I know you guys probably don't want to hear about this. I'm hoping some of you guys would, only because I really don't have anybody to talk to this about. All of my family and all of my friends used to watch 90 Day Fiancé, and they all stopped watching. I think because there's too many spin-offs and there's too many stories and there's just too many seasons, so they just can't keep up. You know what I'm saying? But I keep on telling them all, I feel like this past season of 90 Day the Other Way was one of the best in like 90 Day history. Call me crazy, disagree with me if you want, but I really do feel like this was the best. And the tell all, y'all, I barely watched the third part, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because my mind was blown by this. If you guys have not checked out the season, first of all, just check out this one. I am just so blown away because I do feel like every single couple's story had a really strong storyline on the show, and that like blew my mind right away. But I do want to say this, the one that was like the most trippy to me was Mood and Nicole. Y'all, I just feel like he's kind of like, I don't know, he rubs me the wrong way a little bit, only because he kind of like scares me with the way that he pops off. Like, I feel like he has anger issues. To be quite honest with you guys, if I'm being straight up, I was watching the show and it kind of triggered me a little bit and kind of reminded me of my ex, because I feel like with him, you just couldn't talk to him. You couldn't have a normal conversation. It was just 0 to 100, screaming, throwing, breaking things. And I feel like that he's that type of person. Like, I don't know, just I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. When they were at the pool and he like grabbed her arm, I didn't like the way he grabbed her arm. I was like, I don't know how that is. But here's the thing though, I don't know if you guys have saw, but a little bit of a spoiler alert. I was tripped out because I was thinking that they were gonna break up, but it turns out that there's pictures of them here in America. So I was like, oh my gosh, I guess they're sticking it through. Let me know what you think about them too, because I just really feel like they don't make a good couple. But obviously we don't know how it is behind closed doors. Maybe things are really like sunshines and daisies, but I just feel like, I don't know, I don't know, I don't see them being a good match. But I do want to say good for her for like holding her ground and saying that she doesn't want to conform to his way of dressing, you know. Also, I do want to get your guys' opinion about Danielle and Johan, because I do have to be honest with you guys, it was one of those times that I feel like I was watching the tell all and I was like, I'm a little bit confused by this, because I do understand what she's saying, but it seemed like everybody was disagreeing with her. I feel like everybody was saying that she was the controlling one, she was this, and that. But I do want to say I understand her perspective in the aspect of she's the breadwinner, she's the one making the money, so obviously she's going to be the one to make the decisions. Because can you imagine being the breadwinner, but then on top of that too being the housewife, and on top of that too being submissive? Do you know what I mean? I was like, But then also I do understand too, in a traditional role, especially with a traditional man, that is kind of like, you know, I don't know, emasculating him a little bit. So I was a little bit thrown off by that. But yeah, make sure you guys let me know about those two. Let me know if you guys do watch 90 Day Fiance. Please let me know down below if you guys want more 90 Day commentary, because y'all, I freaking love the show and I'm just so obsessed with it, especially this season. I'm telling you guys, if you guys have not watched 90 Day before, just watch this past season of 90 Day the Other Way. It was just so good. My mind was blown by that tell, although I feel like, oh my gosh, Mood, like, he just blew up, y'all. Like, and I want to know what he was saying. I wish that I knew somebody who spoke. Wait, do Egyptians speak Arabic? Is it Arabic? I don't know. I wish I knew somebody who spoke his language, because I wanted to know what he said, because they were like blurting it out, and then blurring it out. So I was like, what was he saying? Because he was like popping off. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know about that. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you guys do want me to do 90 Day Fiance commentary, because y'all know that's like literally one of my favorite reality shows, and RuPaul's Drag Race. Y'all know those are my two number one favorite reality shows. So let me know if you guys want commentary on that, because I would absolutely love to comment on that. I feel like I would just want to do a whole little show about that, only because I'm so obsessed with 90 Day Fiance. As you guys know, when I used to go live before, that's literally all we would talk about is 90 Day Fiance. So I kind of missed that. So make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I'm going to be reading this from TMZ. I just always feel like it's easier to read from an article. And on top of that too, I just feel like a lot of these articles have way more detail than I'm going to have. So just in case you guys ever wonder why I read from a little online clip, this is what it says right here on TMZ. Taylor Swift, it's over with Matt Healy. Taylor Swift and Matt Healy are shaking it off when it comes to their relationship. The singers have broken up, TMZ has learned. According to a friend close to the situation, Taylor is in fact single again, although it's unclear exactly why they've now split up. I do want to say this though, only based upon the headlines. Obviously, when celebrities, I feel like, say for example, when you hear about a breakup, they really could have broken up like 6 months ago. Do you guys remember with Liza Koshy and like David Dobrik that like supposedly they did their whole breakup video, but then they had broken up like months before that, just nobody knew? I feel like it's the same thing with celebrities, but I do want to say, solely based off of the tabloids, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that she's already getting with Matt Healy right after this breakup, because obviously the way it seemed is that she broke up with her ex, and then like literally maybe a week, 2 weeks later, she was already with Matt Healy, and then they were like announcing it like a relationship. But I'm like, I don't know if it's just easier to say relationship in tabloids, because like, I don't know, in like my world, I would think like maybe they're just dating, maybe they're just hanging out, maybe they're just hooking up, you know what I'm saying? But obviously, who really knows behind closed doors? Anyways, this is what it says right here. It was a pretty whirlwind romance. Just last month, Matt popped up at all 3 of Tay-Tay's Nashville concerts, right on the heels of news she and Joe Alwyn had split after 6 years together. This is why I was saying, I was like, you know what, this is obviously just a rebound. Maybe she just wants to have a little bit of fun, and maybe she was trying to like switch it up, maybe with somebody a little bit different, because I do have to say, judging from the outside, it seems like they're just very, very different to me. Anyways, from then on, Maddie and Taylor were pretty inseparable when she wasn't performing. We saw them out in NYC multiple times, double dating with her friends and hitting up a recording studio. So I really like, I wonder if they did a song together. One thing's for sure though, she's gonna write a song about him. Also, I do want to ask you guys this. I saw this poll on Twitter the other day, and they were talking about like Taylor Swift is like not like, she shouldn't be considered iconic, but then everyone was saying that she's like one of the best songwriters in like music history. Do you guys agree with that or disagree? I'm gonna be honest, I really don't know too much, because like I mentioned in my previous video, I only know like 3 Taylor Swift songs. I don't know too much about her skills, but I mean, hey, obviously she's over here making billions. Oh, I did see that she was actually like number 3 on like the world's like most wealthiest female singers. I was like, oh my gosh, she's super rich. Anyways, Maddie was even spotted sneaking into Taylor's NYC townhouse, and he hung out with Taylor's dad during her Eras tour stop in Philly. Although they just started dating, the artists have known each other since 2014, when Taylor went to a concert for his band, the 1975. They haven't been seen in public together since May 25th, when they were out on a dinner date. I also do want to say this too. It's so crazy that I feel like the 1975 has such a massive following. I absolutely love this song. I don't know, for some reason, it's such a sad song called Nana. And then there's another song too that I really like, Somebody Else. Love that song. Other than that, I don't really know too much about the 1975. And on top of that too, I do want to say, I feel like those songs are super old. So I'm like, do they have new music? I just don't hear about it. Anyways, moving on right here. We still don't know exactly when the breakup went down, but there was a big clue things were over when the 1975 performed this weekend in Denmark. Maddie had a history of kissing random people in the crowd, but during a January concert, which Taylor was attending, he said he was putting the kibosh on the move. On that move? The kibosh. I don't know what that means, y'all. What is that? Let me know down below. The kibosh on that move? Don't know. Well, lo and behold, during the weekend's concert, he locked lips with a security guard. Talk about single and ready to mingle. Of course, that goes for Taylor too. And this time was with a guy too. So I'm like, I don't know if he was like bi or he is bi. I don't really know. I've seen him kiss guys before. I don't know if maybe he just does that for attention, maybe to get people talking. I really don't know. Anyways, I do have to say, in my personal opinion, I don't find this to be very surprising, because they just didn't really seem, you know, if I'm keeping it real with you guys, I just really don't feel like they even seem like a couple. I feel like they were probably just hooking up. You know what I'm saying? Like, she needed a little bit of rebound. Maybe she just wanted to have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously everyone ran with they're in a relationship when maybe they never even were in a relationship. Who knows? Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.